Okay, it says I'm live. It says I'm live. So am I live? Can you guys see and hear me? Okay. I know what the hell's YouTube doing over here? I don't know about YouTube sometimes. So how you guys doing? Having a good weekend so far? Doing anything fun here? Anybody have any groovy plans? I don't. Hey Rob, how's it going, man? How you doing? You know what I better do? I know it's gonna bum Rob out, but it has to be done, man. I'm gonna kick off the timers. And that one. There we go. So EPIA, so I'm not sure. I don't. Hey Nikki, how's it going? Hello back from California. Hey Jed. All right, well, you know, that sounds all right. Good, Rob. Hey Sam, how's it going? Oh, there's people upstairs doing stuff. Of course there is. Sammy. Wow. Okay. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to switch into the gaming mode. Wait, hang on, see what Rob says. Wow, that's pretty cool, Rob. Yeah, I bought a telescope for my mom, and it has disappeared. I don't know where it went. It kind of bums me out, because I was going to repossess it after she died, but I don't know where the hell it is. So who knows? Yeah, and it was an amazing one. It was just fairly modest, but it would, you know, you can get a good look at the seas on the moon and that kind of thing. But yeah, I'd like to have a telescope. I'm jealous. Oh wow. Well, I hope that your recovery post-surgery is groovy, and I'm glad I could give you any kind of assistance or relief or whatever. I am doing well. Telvin, am I going to say that right? Or Telvern, I guess. Is that? I need to get better glasses for the computer. My eyes are clearly degrading. And it's still not a good distance for my reading glasses. Too far for the reading glasses, but still too close for just the regular walking around glasses. So, you know, I think I want to play a game, and it's a game that I've only been recently started playing. And it's on a website called Crazy Games. That's what it is. And I think I have it set in such a way so that we won't be interrupted with ads and that kind of thing. But okay, so let's do this. All right, let me do this first. And then let's do this. All right, and then let me go to here. All right. Now I'm thinking, do I want to move myself? Because I'm going to be looking over here. Nah, I think I do. Yeah, let's move. Like that, yeah. Okay, that's more or less good. I think I'll be mostly out of the way. Yeah, maybe I'll shrink myself a little bit. So I'm thinking what I might do. Yeah, I'm just going to play this game anyway. I'll see Rob saying that. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, living, you know, in the Bay Area, we have a lot of light pollution, so I don't really get, yeah. There's places we can go that they're not too far away, that, you know, are a little bit darker, but anyway, let's start this game. And I'll go ahead and, yeah, let's go ahead and do the thing. The aim of the game is to get the block to fall into the square hole. Come on. Why won't it go? Okay, I'm going to have to go back to this and see if I can figure out what the hell's going on with this. Okay, now will it do it? All right, now let me try it. Okay, then you move the block. You know what, screw this. I'm just going to do this. And let's just skip the instructions. And I'll just tell you guys about it as we go along. Doom the Dark Ages tonight. No, they're playing this weird game. So the idea is you're trying to get this rectangular prism to fall down that square hole. And, yeah, I guess that's basically it. What's what I'm saying? Wow, dark and quiet can be cool. Although I have to admit there are times, because having lived in San Francisco, like a lot of times here I have to put something on, you know, to get to go to sleep, because I just am I've become accustomed to noises. Okay, I should have been talking about what the hell I was doing. Okay, so you're just rolling this thing around, and you can see it rolls differently when you're on that, like that or like that, right? And so these kind of roundish ones, you just have to press them. It doesn't matter whether you're standing up on them or laying down on them. It doesn't matter. And some of them, like that one, kind of opens it, but then it closes it, and now you have bridge. Some of them only do one action, as opposed to going back and forth. These X's need you to stand on them, right? So you're lengthwise up. And there's another one that you land on, and it'll split you in half, but all right. So now, okay, so this, I want to do that. So I always have to kind of go through it because I'm not that good at spatial stuff. So I need to put the foot there, which means I need to put the foot kind of where I'm at there, but I need to now. Let's go here. Get my foot on that row, and then like this, yes. And how's the time doing? Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one requires a bit of explanation. Well, here, I'll just go show you if I can figure it out. Well, no, I'll just tell you. Okay, on these orange ones, you can't stand up on them. They can't take the weight. If you're standing up on them, you have to lay down on them, right? Does that make sense? Like I call when you're vertically tall, right? I call that standing up. I think that's pretty obvious. But right now I'm laying down. Right now I'm standing up, right? Okay. So you have to traverse the orange ones laying down, right? But then they give you that convenient gray one there to stand up on so you can change direction. We'll see how far I can get today. I think I've only made it to like 13 or 14 or something. And I gotta stand here like this, and that sucks because now I have to go turn it on. The good news is this flat button over here does close it back up. And now I need to do okay, if I'm gonna land there, that, so I gotta do it there, okay. And how do we want to do this? Let's do this like this. There we go. All right. Oh, how does this sound? Can you guys hear both me and the weird little game noises? Actually, are the game noises even coming through? That might not be the thing here. Let me look at this. Game sound. Yeah, it should be working. Can you guys hear the game sounds? Anyway, I hope you can. Let me know if you can't. I quite like them. Kind of sci-fi-ish. And all right, let's get back into here. Now this one is like, it's kind of, you gotta go like get over here, you have to be able to land on there. Well, here, let me back up. Right. Which means you have to leave from there, so you have to get your foot on that. But there's not enough room to rearrange yourself here, so you kind of got to go all the way over here to come all the way back. There's several puzzles like that. And like this. And now you go back like this. And now everything lines up okay. Except I need to do what? I need to, like this. There we go. Alright. A bit low? Okay. Let me turn them up a bit then. Let's go to here. And how about that? Is that better for the noises? Oh, somebody let me know. Okay. If I want to get to that, I need to get to, okay. Oops, I'm back from the wrong window again. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Now I have to go this way. Okay, that's not right. Right, because see, I have to lay down there to roll over here to go that way. So it means I need to have my foot there. And so what am I going to do to get that? Go here, go here, go here. There we go. All right, and then now you got to do this. So you can do that. It's a whole lot of weird. Like, I wouldn't come to me for a tutorial on this, but all right. See, that's the circular one, right? It splits you in half. Now you have to put yourself back together to go down the hole, but you can move them around, and what you do is you use the space bar to switch between them, right? There we go. Now switch, and then go this guy, and then boom, you're back together, and now you can go down the hole. Okay. All right. Oh, this one's kind of cool because I used to struggle with this one quite a bit, and I kind of, well, anyway, I'll just show you. So you go do this, and then you get separated, and then you, because you have to, obviously you have to somehow get these bridges to reconnect, which means you have to go test the buttons and see what does what. So I can't push this one separated, but I can't get to this one together. So we do that, that closes that bridge so we can use it. Now I can do that, and now let's go get the other guy, my other half here. And we'll go this way. And then I'll stand up, and then there we go. Now this is the thing. When I used to struggle with this, because I just couldn't get myself to line up, right? So it's like, dang, I got there, and so you have to get your foot there, and I always had trouble doing it for some reason way back when. Oh, not way back when, Jesus Christ, I've only been playing it for a couple weeks. If that. So I did figure out a way of doing it, and then I also figured out a way you could do it by separating yourself. So if you do it separating yourself, that's kind of the easier way. And you do this. Right, you just do that, and then, right, doink. All right, so let's go look at the other way of doing it. So what you do, oh, that's it right there, right? Never mind. Let's just go down, Bill. Okay. All right. All right. Now this one, you have to go around this thing in kind of a weird way. I remember this. I actually had to go get a hint online for this one because I just kept getting anyway. But you can't touch that because it screws those up. because those are part of a bridge, but they don't go anywhere, right? But without them, you can't do it. So you can't land on that button, which is a drag, right? Because what you need to do to get to here is you have to be able to lay down here to get your foot there, right? Kind of thing, right? But you can't do it from here. Right? So you have to go like this. And then you go all the way around here. And you got to do this weird back and forth until you line up right. And then here we go, and voila. Now this one. Okay, I need to do this, and then I stand up and I go like this. So you have to be able to lay down like this to be able to get in there, right? Okay. I think we're getting near the end of where I have successfully made it to. I mean, I've done this. I think I've done a couple after this one. Right? Yeah. There we go. And now I have to do another finagling around to get all the way over there. And that closes that. Now I gotta come back and kind of put myself back the way I was. And then here we go. Sally. Okay. It's called Bloxorz. I never saw it before. I really like it. I mean, it's kind of silly, kind of whatever, but I like it a lot. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to do this. Then I need to do this. And then I need to get my foot there. Right, so I'm going to go like this. And I think it's like that. Yep, there we go. And voila. And all right. What do I need to do? Okay, it's not getting me over to there, is it? Nope. All right. I need to be that way, like this. And it's not going to work, right? Nope. I need to be there. All right. And now I got to go get that one, which means I got to be here. Yeah. Now I got to go back. And I go this way, don't I? Yeah. All right, here we go. Well, you're welcome, Red Hot One. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, all these levels that I played before, I kind of know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? But when we get to one that I don't know what I'm doing, it'll be pretty obvious. Oh, we only got a couple of minutes, okay, for this segment. Actually, I don't know that I'm a fan of the band Tool. I've heard their stuff and I've enjoyed some of it, but I've never owned any of their records or any of that. Oops, let me switch to the other one. So, yeah, I mean, they're fine. I've listened to them. I think they're okay, but I think saying fan is a little bit too overstating it a bit for me. Like, I couldn't even tell you any of the names of the members of the band or anything like that. I couldn't even tell you any of the names of their songs, frankly, but if you put it on, I'll probably enjoy it, but just, they've never hit me enough where I've felt like going and buying any of their records or anything. Okay. I need to be on that foot, right? Yeah, there we go. And, oh, I have to do this flipping rigmarole right down here, right? All right, because I got to go back here. And I have to go here. again, because of the shape of that. And the thing is, you can't do it together. You have to come apart and then do it. Okay, we're almost near to time for break, so let's do this. Let me get over here. And let me go to here real quick. And do this really quick like that. Okay. And yeah, we only got like 10 seconds till the break, so I will be back in, I don't know, not even a few minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You know, I got to figure out a way of recording the various noises that my body makes from, you know, well, my back, I guess, my back and neck, and, well, my spine. Just because sometimes the noises it makes are weird and disconcerting. Sometimes I've kind of grown accustomed to them, I suppose, but I don't know. It would be, I don't know. I have no idea how to do it. Maybe I could get a transducer type thing to work. I don't know. Anyway, I want to play some more of this game. Yeah, I do like the Red Hot Chili Peppers quite a bit. I haven't seen, well, I guess I should qualify that. I used to be a huge fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But after probably Mother's Milk, I kind of like, a lot of the stuff after that, it's kind of meh. But their early stuff I really, really, really like quite a lot. Oh man, well, hang on, let me go back to over here real quick. Back in 1985 is when me and some friends went to the United Kingdom to stay for the summer. And we stayed there for, well, not the whole summer, just for 2 months, July and August. And so in July, we lived in a house called Ashley. It didn't have an address. It had a name in Hebden Bridge. It was Ashley in Hebden Bridge. And it was a really, really nice place. Kind of the Pennines, I guess. And West Yorkshire sort of area. And then for August, we stayed at in a house in East Sheen, which is west of London, just west of Hammersmith, pretty much. Anyway, while we were in London, we were going to go see a show that was going to be Thomas Dolby opening for George Clinton at the Hammersmith Odeon. And I thought, wow, what a great concert. And then we found out that the very, very first act, so it was going to be a 3-band show, was going to be the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So we went to go get tickets for it, and the day we went to get tickets for it, the show was canceled. And it was like, what? But lucky for us, the Red Hot Chili Peppers had already come. They were already in the UK. And so they played a show at this place called Dingwalls, which is, I don't know, it's in London. I couldn't tell you how to get there. And it was this tiny little, like mostly blues club, is what, you know, from judging from the pictures and stuff on the wall. But it was packed, it was sweaty, it was hot. They did Socks on Cock. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, they did the Socks on Cock like for real. It was their encore, and they came out with socks on their cocks. Fantastic. Anyway, let's go back to the game. And is it doing its thing? What happened? Hang on, let me go back to here. I might have screwed up something. Okay, yeah, I gotta flip this back. I'll flip this like this. I think go back to here. Okay. All right. Oops, why won't it? I gotta get in there. There we go. So here it's gonna split you up again. You have to do this one that way. There's no option. And this is really a fun little bit here. All right. When do we get out of here? Now we get out of here. And here we go like this. And now we can go like that, and that closes the bridge. Then we go like that. And I can wait for my other friend here. Oops, why'd I do that? And voila. What is my favorite game to play? I don't know. It varies, you know. Yeah, I'll have to think about that for a minute. I like this game quite a lot lately. Hey, K-Manda, welcome. Good to see you. So I guess for the moment I'm going to say this is my favorite game, but it's probably just because it's new, you know what I mean? Or at least new to me. All right, now, can I just go here this way? No, I need to, wait, I need to be, and I need to get to this one, which means that one, which means there, okay. So I need to go like this, there we go. Now that will do that. There's something about this one. I think I don't want to push this one here just yet. I think, oops. I think I have to go do these over here. Right, I do remember this now. Because this is a bit dastardly, isn't it? Well, you'll see in a second. Alright, so I need to push the X that's not in the corner. I need to push this X. If I push that one, it screws me up and I have to start over. So I think what I need to do is this, right? And then I go like this. Now I can do this guy. And there we go. And now I have to go back. Now I gotta go to this one. Oopsie daisy. Rip. That's good. Alright. Now that's fine. And now I do this. But then you'll see what it does is that. But that's fine because I can get back here by doing this, can't I? Right. And do I just go this way like this now? Nope. Alright, hang on. There, so I need to get to there. So I need to land there. Okay. So I think it's from here, right? Is that right? Oh. Holy mackerel. No. Holy mackerel, man. Okay. Now I gotta go do this thing again. And now I need to lay down and do this. Get over to here so I can do that. And stand on him. Come back. And now go this way. And now I want to go this way. Now hang on, let me do this again. Up, 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 up. Oh, I think I can just go. I think it'll work. Yeah, because then I can do this. That does that. All right, so I want to go this, right? No. Like this. Okay. All right, and now glad you came by, Kate, man. You know, if you fall asleep, that's all good. You know that. You know my attitude about those things. Okay, I have played this one. Oh, yeah. You don't want to touch any of these, right? See, wherever you see the flashing red, that means it'll open bridges so you can't get through. See, like that, so you have to avoid them. So I think, where do I need to get to? I need to land there, which means I need to leave from there. So let's go like this. Let's get that one. Now I gotta come back. So now I need to land on this one, which is so there. From there, okay, right? Is this gonna work? Yeah. Okay. And now what do I need to do? Because I need to land on this, but if I do that, I'm here, right? So hang on. So I need to land on that. Oh man, okay. I need something else to work because I can't get into that middle spot. I don't think, right? Yeah, no, I can't do that. Alright, I think I need to go past that somehow. Like this, I think, maybe. Yeah. All right. There we go. That changes everything, doesn't it? All right, now which way do I need to go? I need to land on this guy, right? I'm going to land here. So, there, there, right. So what I need to do... Oh, wait, hang on. I need to do... All right, here. That's not it. What do I need to do? I need to go here. Oh, man. Let's go like this. Okay, I think that's it there. Yeah. And now I do a similar thing, right? I need to land there, which means I need my foot there, which means I need the... Okay, so I need... Let's go this way, right? Right, this will work because I go like that, and I go like that, and there we go. Now well, I made it a lot farther than I realized. Okay, have I solved this one? I'm not sure. It seems vaguely familiar. I think. All right. There's no way for me to really reorient myself here. What am I to do here? Oh yeah, let me try this. There we go. There we go. Okay, I have to go get that one now, don't I? figure out how to get down there. How am I going to reorient myself? If I go this way. There we go. Wow, okay. Hey, Scott. Okay, it's getting near the end of this segment, so I will pause the game for a moment, and I can talk about my beard, and then I'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and I don't know, we'll see what I do after that. Okay. See, I got 4 minutes, 4:20, wow, that was funny. So, my sister's 40th birthday, she had a party at her apartment, and it was kind of a big to-do, as it often is for people, anything with a 0 on it, right? Your 20th or your 30th or your... Actually, I guess it's your 21st, really, but then 30th, 40th. After a while, you kind of go, that's enough. Man, my throat's really scratchy today. Anyway, she had her place set up, like there was one of the bedrooms was set up so that people could, do games, like console games. And then they had in the living room, she had the VCR set up to play that movie, The 300. That was about Sparta and Persia. Anyway, the guys had very, very stylized beards in that movie. I don't know if you've seen it or remember that. And my sister said something about their beards, and I actually can, I'm one of the guys in the world that really gets a 5 o'clock shadow, you know what I mean? And it's like, on date nights, I had to, shave, not just in the morning, but, just before the date, because otherwise it was like sandpaper. I mean, well, worse than sandpaper. Anyway, I have a beard, as you can tell, and it grew fast. Anyway, so I made some smart-ass remark because I'd been drinking. I could grow a better beard than those bastards. And then my sister said, all right, do it then. And so I said, okay. And then I have not shaved since. What started off as just something silly, I kind of grew to the fact that I was like, I really like this beard. And then, I think it just suits me. So, retro frontier. I've actually been, I don't know, ups and downs. I think mostly I'm okay given, the whole thing with the channel being screwed over and all that kind of thing. But, yeah, mostly okay. Had some, like most people, crappy things happen now and again, but yeah. Yeah, I think I'm mostly okay. Is there anything else I want to do real quick before we take a break, or I'm just going to babble here for a couple of seconds? Well, I'm trying to think, is there any news I have? Oh, let's see. I need to look at I think that, well, this is the end of March, so I guess about another, what is it going to be? I guess it's going to be soon, April. Let me look at the calendar. And so just a little bit more than a week, I'm going to be planting the wildflowers in the garden. So I'm going to pull up that tarp that I have down for doing the occultation to, prepare the ground. So we'll see how that goes. How's my dad doing? Dad's good, I think. He seems okay. He has his ups and downs or whatever, but let's see, I'm 60, so that makes him 78. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good, I think. I'd like to get him out walking around more, though, just to get some exercise. But, yeah, for the most part, I think he's mostly okay. Well, yeah, with the caveat of money issues are not the greatest, but that's largely down to me not being able to, pay my rent to him because of the channel loss of the channel. It totally screwed me financially. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I don't want to close up shop. Oops, there we got a thing to go. All right, time for a break. Here. Okay, wait, did I zoom in? Yeah, don't be zoomed in on me, man. Did I? Oh, I know exactly how I lost the access to my account, and it wasn't anybody hacking into it. What had happened is I had a computer catastrophe, and I lost essentially so I have two drives in this machine. One is like the OS with all the software stuff, and then the other one is where I keep all my material, like for content. Anyway, the primary drive with all the OS stuff and the applications and all that took a nosedive, and I don't know exactly what caused it. The people at the place couldn't, whatever. There was no real solution for me, so I was like, yikes. And I guess I didn't back up my stuff because I can't find any backup stuff I was certain that I had, but clearly I didn't because I can't find it, or I did and I hid it somewhere and I can't find it. I don't know. But anyway, so I lost access to it, and so I thought, my initial thought was, okay, I'll just start another channel. It'll get monetized after a period of time, and that way I can get access to support from YouTube. Because as a partnered YouTuber, I'm supposed to get access, but I'm stuck in this catch-22. I am entitled to I'm entitled to the support, but I can only access the support through the channel, if that makes sense. So they don't really care about me as a creator. They only care about the channel. You know what I mean? Which really makes me angry. And I've tried every which way I can think of to reach out to somebody at YouTube to say, hey, look, this is screwed up. And it makes me frustrated because I've lost a lot of money, and it's almost a 50-50 split for us as far as like the ad revenue share or whatever, right? So they've lost a lot of money. Well, a lot of money to me, not a lot of money to them, but in truth, though, it's like they've lost way more money than it would have cost to pay somebody to help me. You know what I mean? Because it would take them like not even 5 minutes. Just call me, do a thing where, the phone I have is the phone that they have on record. The problem is I have no access to any of those emails. The original emails that they know anything about are all gone to me. I have no access to them because I have no way of logging into them. So all I have is the phone. But there's the thing, right? They could log on, look at me, we could do a live chat using the Google, version of video chat, and they could send me a code on the phone that they know is whatever, and they go, hey, say, look, you can look at me, see the guy in the video, see the guy that's me. Oh yeah, you're the guy, give me a code so I can get back into it, right? I don't know, but I've tried reaching out to them on X a few times. I've given that up because a few people told me that that's manned by humans. I don't think so, at least not entirely, because everything I've gotten from them has been crap. It's been the same shit that I see on the, going through all the stuff on Google. I just keep sending you these links, and it's like, this doesn't do me any good. All this stuff is about how to navigate this shit through the two-factor authentication. It's like, I can't do it. I don't have those emails. It's impossible. And nowhere ever has Google ever given me an opportunity to provide, answers to security questions. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Their system is clearly not that good, But anyway, so I've tried reaching out to them on X, and all they ever do is say, oh, blah, 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 if you're having trouble, blah, 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 and here's the link. And it's like, I respond to them saying, that link does me no good. You sent me that before. It's useless to me because I can't do two-factor authentication, blah, blah, blah. And I keep saying this to them over and over again, and all I get is the, well, here, try this link. And it's like, did you not just pay attention to what I just told you? So I don't think it's manned by humans entirely. I think what it is manned by AI, and I think if you say the right thing, the AI will escalate you, then a human will see it. But apparently I've never said the right thing, so I don't get escalated to a human. At least that's my belief. Because I can't believe if they are actually humans, that they would be so fucking dense and obtuse as to not understand what I actually just told them. You know what I mean? And if they're that really fucking stupid, then holy shit. What is YouTube doing? They're clearly not hiring the best and the brightest then. Anyway, man, my mouth is dry, my throat is scratchy. I hope I'm not getting anything. Yeah, no, I mean, the channel was really taking off. I had made myself a deal that if I couldn't believe that it would work by my 60th birthday, I'd have to trash it. You know what I mean? And I was like, boom, it's working. I mean, it wasn't as good as I would like it. It wasn't, perfect for long term, but it was good for now, and it was growing. So it was like showing us, like, okay, it will be good long term, And so I was like, okay, here we go. And then, boink, and then now I'm hosed. So I don't know. If somebody knows somebody at YouTube, I don't know. I don't know what to say. A couple of people have, well, this is a long, long time ago, but had suggested the idea of a petition, that you guys could do to say, see, YouTube, please help us get Bill, back his channel. But I don't know who you'd give it to if you did come up with a petition or a thing like that. I don't have, they've made it really difficult to interact with a human. I have found it impossible. I even tried going through the Better Business Bureau, making a complaint there. And, the responses I got were the same responses that you get off of X. They're almost word for word. And it's like, okay, so even the BBB doesn't get to speak to a human. Or if they do, all they ever do is spit out the company line, Anyway, that's enough of that. I don't want to spend the whole time on being negative and unhappy and all that kind of thing. But, yeah. Maybe somebody who works at YouTube or Google or whatever will one day watch one of my videos, and it'll be during a time when I'm still alive, and we can sort this thing out. But I don't know. Without that, I think I'm hosed. Anyway, what are we gonna do? Let's get off the bad news. Let's do brushes. Where's the craft brush? What did I do with the craft brush? Oh, here it is. Okay, I want to start with the craft brush. And we got how many? We got 12 minutes and something. That's okay. That's a good sound. I think I'm... No, I haven't driven since, since the court date. And I do miss driving, I guess a little bit here and there. See, I'm not anti-car in the sense that I think cars are inherently evil. I think the evilness is their ubiquity and, But, yeah. And at this point, I don't know if I never get my license back, I'm not really going to be that bummed about it, I have to admit, though, I miss living in San Francisco because San Francisco is a walkable city. I mean, the public transportation is pretty good. It's not the greatest, but it's good enough you can get around town. But it's a small enough city. If you get used to walking on hills, you're fine. Oh, and I commuted on bike for my work, which is in part how I got in good shape after I gave up booze. All right, that's a nice sound, yeah. I think I might switch to the bigger brush. Who prefers what? Oh, here we go. Oh, Ian. Oh, thank you, Ian. I'm glad you found me, and thanks for finding the channel and subscribing and all that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean that. Well, I don't want to tell anybody what to do with their life, but when I was doing that, because I went through a program, because I was a fucked up blackout drunk. You know, I know so many of you have heard me, talk about my woes with alcohol before, but anyway, I did a thing. It was called the CDRP, was a Chemical Dependency Recovery Program through Kaiser, and it was one of those month-long things. Except for it was outpatient. You didn't have to stay there. You just had to report in the morning, and then you were there all day. And then it was like being at school or a job or something. And man, if you do drink, that's fine, I guess. Do what you need to do as an adult, but be careful with booze, because here's the thing: alcohol is an insidious chemical, man. It can get through the blood-brain barrier, right? It can get into your mitochondrial parts of your cells. It can get into those places and screw you up really badly. It's like a zowie. So, anyway, be careful, kids. Don't end up like Uncle Bill and being a fucked up blackout drunk. I like it, Ian. That's really cool. That's really cool. To gently wake up. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. I gave up drinking a few months before I started this channel. So, was that 2012? I think is when I started the channel. I think I started the channel in September of 2012, and I gave up booze, I guess it was July? Yeah, I guess it was July. So just a couple of months, really, yeah. But I had been listening to and engaging with ASMR for a long time before that. And I was kind of thinking it would be good to give back, because, I used to be in bands and sing and stuff, and I'm not a great singer at all, but people have often complimented me on the timbre of my voice. And anyway, so I thought, well, maybe I can make some ASMR videos, and just to see maybe people would dig it, and it might be valuable. And so, and then also I needed stuff to do, because I wasn't going to bars anymore, So what started off as just, hey, this might be kind of interesting hobby, really turned into something that was useful for me, you know what I mean? So it served, multiple purposes. Probably one of the better decisions I've made in my life. Because man knows I've made lots of doozy bad ones. Oh, I did another experiment with, I don't know, something that will be root beer-ish with my ginger bug. So I did a bunch of starting some batches yesterday. So I make my dad some ginger bug cream soda, and basically it's just the sugar with vanilla, you know what I mean? But he likes it, so yeah, there you go. And it gets him some probiotics for his gut, so there you go. And I also made myself a batch of kombucha as well as the gingerbug soda. Oh, I'm still, my kombucha batches aren't as good as my gingerbug batches, so. It's odd because there's really not much to it. I mean, you just, cultivate the stuff, keep them in jars, and then add it to stuff. You know what I mean? It's really pretty basic. Is my beard still growing? It's more or less kind of the same length as, because, like I don't trim it or anything anymore. But obviously it's still growing in the sense because hair keeps growing, right? It just basically breaks off or split ends and that kind of thing. But that's the thing. When I was growing it and trying to get it long before I just kind of went, yeah, it's long enough. I was trimming it, to keep split ends down, and I was, putting like coconut oil in it and stuff like that, and to kind of keep it from getting dried out. And I don't know how long I could get it if I kept that up, but for right now, this is, well, I don't know. For a while it went down to my belly button. Now it just goes past what's that little pointy thing on the bottom of your sternum? It just goes past that, and that's that. But it used to go all the way down to my belly button. So I guess it has shrunk then. We still got 3 minutes. I think I'm gonna. What do I do? Here I'm gonna. Thanks, Retro. Oopsie daisy. I'm gonna do some brushing on the end grain of the good old chunk of wood, which I will tap on later. So, for those of you who may be new, this is the good old chunk of wood. Oh yeah, there is a book show and tell on the old channel. I was thinking I'd do another one because the shelf of my books over there is not all of my books. I don't know where they all are, but when I moved out of San Francisco, apparently stuff got misplaced. But I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Like I'm missing a couple of cameras. I'm missing a microphone. I'm missing some cords, but they're all just 1/4-inch cords. I have a few of those, and I probably should get more anyway. But actually, I guess not. I can do everything I need to do in here now. And the chances of me actually being in a band or anything like that are pretty next to nil. So. Okay, a minute left. Thanks, Faf. So I got 20 seconds. Yeah, I'll babble here for a second, and then I'll take a break. And I don't know, what will I do when I come back? Crinkle or, I don't know, something. In any case, I will be back shortly. Okay, so, hey Vexing, how's it going? Oh, okay, well, thanks for letting me know. Because on my end it was just blaring, so. Alright, cool. Yeah, anyway, so what am I going to do? I think I will do the tapping on that good old chunk of wood in a minute, but I want to do a little bit of the jar with the chopstick, which is one of my favorite sounds. Right? Anyway, let me do this because I haven't done any of that. Any of the things where I speak into the jar, remember, hip hip hooray, on the old sound, right? Yikes. I'll do that over here too, right? Okay. Oh, tracing on the skateboard, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, have I done that before? Maybe I did. Did I trace on the stickers or something? Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe after I do the jar here, maybe I'll do both tracing on the labradorite, with the numbers and letters, and then I'll get out the skateboard after that. For me to get it really long only took a couple of years. Let's go to this here. No, I don't get any itchiness, man. Oh, stop with the thing, man. Stop, stop, stop. Thank you. I hate when it does that crap. Okay, that's enough of the jar for now. I will come back to it probably later. And let's get out the labradorite. I'm never sure I'm saying that properly, but okay. So which first numbers or letters? I guess numbers first, starting with 0 and going to 9. 0. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. A. B. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. W. X. Y. And Z. Yes, yeah. All right. Here is the mighty Fiberflex. I'm going to spin the wheels first, but. Okay, did I miss some comments? I don't remember what level I'm on. Like 19 or something like that. I only just found it like I don't know, a week or two ago or something like that, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but I really enjoy it. I never saw it before, so at least I don't remember having seen it before. I might play a little bit more later. of sitting, kind of propping it on my knee or something, so I could do both, run the wheels and trace on a little thread like this. Yeah, I'm gonna, try to think of something. Spin this again. And we'll do, there's an F, I, B, R, E. There's another F with that long top. And the L, E, X. Right, and there's the Gordon and Smith bit. And Bennett for the trucks, right? Anyway, let's do this way, maybe. Kind of change things around a bit, right? All right, let's see. So we can do Bennett, right? Let's go around it. I don't know if I tape. I'm gonna have to. You're just gonna be stuck with doing it this way. Tracing with my left hand for some reason is being very awkward today, so we will only be doing it with the right hand. If I can, what am I gonna do? I guess I'll just sit like that. Go around the rectangle, like that. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? Let's try something. I'm gonna try tracing it with the chopstick. Let me know if this seems like a good thing for you guys. So if I go like this along the white edge of the outside, right? Go along that and then get down to here and go like that. And like that. Down like that and back up. Oh, you know, hang on, this is interesting. That's an interesting sound as I rub the edge of that chopstick on the edge of the sticker so that it's actually kind of rubbing on the fiberglass. A little awkward to make it. Anyway, let's do Bennett now. Going around the square of the red. Alright, let's do the B. Do the E. Do an N. Do another N. Do the E. Do the T. Actually, two of them, right? Let's do that again. I like that one. B. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah. I'm going to do a little tapping on the board too. Oh, thanks, Jarvis. Here, dig this, man. This is my very first decent deck. So I have owned this deck since 1977 or 78, something like that. Yeah, probably 77. But just the deck. I don't remember the name of the wheels I used, but it was this deck. These stickers are new, actually. I just got the stickers. I never used to have stickers on the bottom. But I decided, yeah, I want stickers on the bottom. Anyway, so but I was writing Bennett Pros, but they don't make Bennett Pros anymore, so these are the Bennett Vectors. But it's as close to the red wheels. They're a little bigger. And actually the ones I had were a little bit smaller and even softer than these. These are pretty soft, though. What are they? They're like, I can't read it. These are not good reading glasses. Where's my little magnifying titty? All right. glasses and a magnifying glass. Crazy, Bill. Your eyes are falling apart. So we got here. Where's the durometer thing? Okay, they're 78A. That's pretty soft, you know. The ones I had, I remember them being softer even. Yeah, wait a minute. I feel a bit of tapping. I don't know what happened to the original wheels of the trucks. But I used to have this, and then I had West Humpston Dogtown, you know, Dogtown skates. It was the Bulldog design. So I had that with independent trucks, and again, I don't remember the wheels I had on that. But I had them, there were 2 black and 2 yellow. I got them because they kind of matched this, you know. Here's the top black and yellows, but I kept them on the Dogtown, and it was like the blacks and the yellows, you know what I mean? Like that kind of, you know, checkerboard-ish sort of thing. Ever lived outside of California? No. I mean, I've been places on kind of extended visits, you know. Like the first time I went to the UK was for a couple of months, and then the 2 times I was in the Netherlands were for, you know, a couple of months at a time. One was the winter of, I guess I got there right after January 1st, 93, I think. Yeah. And I was there till, well, my visa for, you know, the passport would only let me be there for 90 days, I think, so I was there the whole 90 days, in both cases. So, although in the second time, I left Holland, and then I went and stayed with my friend Steve for a while in the UK, in a city called Southsea. That's where he lived for a while. I can't make out what they're saying, but sorry. Another state, you know, to be honest, not really. I like California quite a bit. I had thought about actually relocating internationally. I've thought about living in the UK for a while, and I thought about actually living in the Netherlands. But it's just, you know, money is the thing that kept it from never happening, though. Yeah, the last time I was in the UK was in 1998. So I haven't traveled since. So the last time I traveled was in 2001. I went on the Panama cruise. That was a repositioning cruise. So I caught it in San Francisco, right? Because I was, you know, living over here, and it went through the Panama Canal and ended up in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I loved Puerto Rico, man. I've thought about moving to Puerto Rico, seriously, for a while. I just felt really physically comfortable there. And I liked the people too. At the hotel I stayed at, this place called Wind Chimes, it was a converted sort of, looked like what used to be probably the, you know, like a plantation horse mansion kind of thing. Got converted into, you know, a hotel. And there was this young woman that worked at the hotel bar. And I mean, she was there, and I was a drunk, so I was in the bar quite a bit. Anyway, on one of her nights off, she invited me out, because I was there for, let's see, the cruise was like for 2 weeks, and then I was there for about another, I can't remember. It wasn't a whole another 2 weeks, but it was quite a while, bit of time in Puerto Rico. Anyway, so she took me around to the places that she liked to go to, so, you know, I got to see a bit of the local, you know. She was really nice. Believe it or not, she went by Kiki, K-I-K-I. And the thing went off, and I'm going to be back in a minute. This like this. Okay, I am back. And let's see if I got it. Oh, my favorite part of the UK? That's a tough one, because I like a lot of it. I really liked Hebden Bridge. That was a really beautiful place. It was very, very kind of weirdly quiet and sleepy, but there was this, oh man, what was it called? Oh, it was like the Fox and something, like the Fox and Goose, I think, maybe. Anyway, they were really nice to us there, so we went there pretty frequently. We were there several nights a week. And, yeah, they were really, really nice to us, so we just kept going back to the same place. See, it was me, my girlfriend at the time, who is now my ex-wife, and then a couple of her good friends. Like, they had planned the trip for, since they were like in, you know, junior high or something. And I kind of just got like, hey, do you want to go with us? Because, you know, I was her boyfriend at the time. It's like, yeah, sure. So I went. So it was me, her, three other friends, and then they had pen pal friends in the UK. So anyway, back to favorite sorts of places. I liked Hebden Bridge a lot. Oh, my friend, when I was staying with him in Southsea, we went over to the Isle of Wight. I really liked the Isle of Wight too. That was really nice. I liked London a lot. Yeah, I've only been married once. That was enough. I am not suitable for, I make the joke that at some point in time I decided to stop inflicting myself on women. Oh, man. that's what I want to do. Do I do more triggers? Do I want to go play some games? What to do? What to do? You know, I'm going to do some crinkling with my large crinkling panel of oh, hey, Geek Troll, did I say hi already? I didn't hi. Feeling very absent-minded today. I'm still friends with my ex-wife. Not really. I mean, yeah, immediately after the divorce, I was pretty just in a bad state. So it wasn't, you know, I used to live in San Diego, and then I moved back up here. Yeah, because, you know, well, whatever. It made sense, and so I did it. And for years, I never even spoke to her. And then a few years ago, actually, so it's been since 2017, because it was after I moved here and, you know, reconverted the garage and all that. I'm not sure what prompted it, but I sent her a message about something. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I do. It had to do with something about James Joyce, because I was going to be reading some stories out of Dubliners for, you know, story time here, and I'll probably go back to doing that. I really do want to do that. And I don't remember exactly what it was, and it's like I sent her a message on Facebook. It was kind of weird, but anyway, so she responded, and I don't even remember what the question was now, but something about a specific story. I don't remember. Anyway, so we kind of interacted for a little bit based off of that, and then the guy that's her current husband is in fact the guy that she was cheating on me with while we were still married, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess it's good for them they got married. Anyway, he forbade her from talking to me anymore. Which is like, dude, I don't want your wife. You know, that's done and over with from like decades ago. I mean, our divorce was final in 1994, you know? So, dude, don't worry about it. I'm not after your wife. But anyway, so that was that. I do hear about her from time to time, just because my friend Steve, who's my friend in the UK, he is also, he's one of the people we met when we went there. So I met him on that trip. That's mine. This is a vibe there too. Let me try. Where's my bag of crinkle here? There's this, which we'll be getting to in a minute. I really like it. What I want to find, here's my favorite large bag, which I quite like. I want to find the, well, save that. Just leave it. I want to find the, here we go. I know at least a few people like this one. This is the metallicized plastic snack bar wrapper, which I believe makes a very, very good crinkle. 7 years, I guess. Switch to the larger bag. You know, I don't know Anthony Braxton that well. I know the name to kind of, have heard the name, but I don't know his material, so I should check him out, I suppose, yeah. Oh, and as people are often asking me about, bands and things like that, the last couple of days I've been listening to a fair amount of Can. Well, another band's kind of related to, because on Spotify there's this, you know how they do those lists, playlists, whatever. So there's one that's called Can Radio, and it's like Can and other bands that are part of that whole weird progressive krautrock. I mean, not just krautrock, whatever, but those kinds of, there's a lot of overlap with that kind of stuff. The 90s, yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, I went through my divorce in the 90s, but the beginning of the 90s was pretty good. I had some, stuff went okay for, some of the bands I was in. I mean, no record label stuff or anything like that, but, decent gigs that were okay. And then after I left San Diego, that would have been 93, and I started going to San Francisco State to do a degree in math, which I did all the coursework, but I screwed up some bureaucrat crap, so I never got the degree. But Yeah, it's just a little silly. But sort of typical bad choices by Bill. But yeah, and then I played in a band that was in Oakland. I was living in a warehouse. That didn't really go anywhere. I shouldn't have been in that band. Yeah, and then the end of it was, yeah, so I've had a lot. I'll say it was a very interesting decade because there were some real highs and real lows. Like in the Netherlands, right? The first time I went was fantastic. The second time started out fantastic, but then me and the guy that I was working with, was this artist named Max Springer, we had a falling out. And yeah, so that was a bad thing, but because our initial discussion about it was that I was just going to relocate to the Netherlands and kind of just permanently be part of his, whatever his scene was that he was doing. And it just never materialized, so. In truth, though, that's kind of how my entire life has gone. Some things were really good, some things were really bad. I mean, there's certainly times where things were just kind of eh. But I had a lot more big ups and big down kind of things going on. How about you, Retro? Switch to the green suit bag. You know, every once in a while the pops and crackles on this kind of remind me of flames. Hey Cameron Jenks, well, glad you made it. Welcome to the live stream, man. I count myself as religious now. I'm an atheist, but I don't think being a believer in a deity is necessary to be religious. No, I was never at church though. I went to church as a kid and we visited my grandparents because my grandmother went to church, and if you stay with your grandma and she goes to church, you go to church. My parents were not. They weren't anti-religious, but they didn't go to church. They kind of made it clear to both my sister and I that they would support whatever we decided we wanted to do for ourselves, And like if we wanted to go to church, they would take us to church, but they didn't go to church themselves, but they'd drop us off. I went to church a couple of times when I was in school, like elementary school, because I had friends. It it always backfired. That like the parents would find out that I didn't go to church, and then they would say, "Oh, you should invite your friend Bill to come to church with us on Sunday." So I'd go spend the night with him on Saturday night, and we'd get up and I'd go to church then on Sunday. And invariably, I was asked to not go back because kids typically got sent to Bible school, and I was I was that smart little chick that teachers didn't like. Anyway, so they would say stuff, and then I would go, "Wait a minute, blah blah blah," and I would say something back, and it's just like I was more than they could handle. So please don't bring that kid back. I guess that only happened twice. Just got off work. I just noticed that comment. Well, yeah, you're here for, the last 40-ish minutes. Anyway. Okay, we're almost time to the next break. I don't know. I don't think I'll be doing crinkling. I think that's enough crinkling for tonight. Maybe I'll play some more of the game. Maybe I'll do some more jar. I don't know. In any case, I'll be back in a few minutes. Or, not a few minutes, but a short period of time. All right, I'm back. And the thing, what are you doing, man? Stop that. Stop that, man. Ah. Okay. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What do I feel like doing? I'm going to, what I feel like doing? I'm thinking I want to play another game. So what I'm going to do is, let's go here. Let's put that on here. I'm going to go play a little bit of Octortle. Did I play the daily games today? No, I haven't. Okay. let's go to this. There we go. I'm going to play a little Octortle. Hey, Nasal Penny. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Alright, since this is a rescue, I don't do the normal cushy joint freak, but... Oh, wait, that's a good word. I think that one is going to be tearing up. I'm in the wrong window, aren't I? There we go. Alright. And raise. And... I think that's going to be spicy. Yep, okay. And snaky. Yield. All right. Dolly. No. Trying to blank on that. It's going to be something O-D-L-Y. What am I? I'm just drawing a blank. Anyway, my brain is just not working. E-U-E. Oh, that's Q. And what do we have over here? Tara? Okay. Unless I went over there, I feel like that should be able to get... You know, I'm not really that good at Scrabble. You know, well, to be truthful, I haven't played Scrabble in years because I used to be not very good at it. So, what is this word here? Anybody have any ideas? Something O-D-L-Y. Oh, godly. There we go. Heebie-jeebie. All right, that was the rescue. Let's go do the extreme. There we go. And what do we have here? Chard, maybe. It's probably Need or Neil. Surly. I don't know, maybe. Let's put in Plum. Yeah, it's going to be Surly. Ultra. Frost. All right, that's pretty obvious. There we go. And not Stead Steel. Oh, yeah, it could be Stead, couldn't it? Yep, okay. And that is, in fact, Shard. And it is, in fact, Need. That's going to be a fix, isn't it? Oops. There we go. And... Huh. I'm not sure what that is. What is that going to be? Way? Nope. Okay, hang on. What's your boyfriend's name, Hannah? Happy birthday to Hannah's boyfriend. But yeah, I'll say happy birthday. I don't see what this word is. This is really kind of like this, maybe. There we go. Zowie. Gannon. Here, I'll do it this way. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday, Gannon. Hope it's a good one. How was that? Is that all right? What's this next one? glad that I've been able to help you from California back to Mexico. And believe me, I can empathize. I have degenerative disc disease, so I know what it's like to have pain in your back is just horrible. Luckily for me, I'm on a bunch of pills, so. Okay, let's go do back to the thing here. Let's see, I did extreme. Let's do classic, then I'll do sequence, then I'll do chill. So cushy, joint, freak. It's probably frail. Third, maybe. That could be grass. That could be so much things there in the end. What's that one in the middle there with the, I don't know, riser maybe? Wiser maybe? I don't know. Let's see if we can find some other stuff. Sharp. I think that's what that is, isn't it? Okay. Oh, plead. Well, I'm glad you're getting some, coming back from things, man, for their retro. Yeah. Hippo. Okay. That could also be miser, couldn't it? Is there a word that has... What else would it be? I'm going to put grass over there, so I think that's what it is. Okay, it is. Okay, so it's not wiser or miser. I'm going to say riser. All right. Okay, let's go to sequence. Sally. Oh, metal. Okay. Gooey. Sally. All right. Recap. Chime. Shell. Oh, is this Snoop? I was going to say spoon, but I just noticed the P on the end there. Okay. And smoke. Now we'll do the chill. So cushy, joint, freak, plum, waged. All right, so bless, silly, probably repel, decay. I'm not seeing that one right now. We'll come back to it. Toast. And oops. Harsh. Okay. Mango. Yeah, what do you know? Okay. So, let me do we want to bother with that? Yeah, I'm going to play it. So, guard your eyes. I'm going to go to the Nordal page, and it's much brighter than the octoral page. So, if you're going to be bothered by that, then, I don't know. You've been warned. It's going to get brighter. Okay. And I need to move myself down. Or maybe I'll just turn myself off for a minute. Where are we at here? There we go. here. Joint freak. Maybe rote. No. So I should have not. That's going to be well. No, not going to do well this time, am I? Yeah, there we go. And what's that going to be? What's that one there? Gully, Dully. Let's put in wage. What's that going to give me? All right. Do I find shipwrecks interesting? Yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple of weird little episodes, or not, I don't know, maybe episodes, I don't know what you want to call them, but videos on YouTube where, you know, some divers have just taken cameras down and looked around stuff. But I don't know anything about them, but yeah, I find them interesting. Why do I have two channels? Because I had a computer catastrophe and lost access to my original channel, and YouTube doesn't have a good way of getting a hold of them, so I'm stuck. And the people, you know, YouTube seems unwilling to help me. So, I mean, I don't think it's a matter of personal. I think they just don't want to help anybody. All right. There we go. And what's this going to be over here? There we go. Alive yet. YouTube sucks at times. Yeah, you know, I mean, on one hand, I am grateful for the platform because it allows me to, you know, put out ASMR and do things. It allows me to enjoy ASMR, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, I don't think Google did us any good when they bought YouTube. I preferred the old YouTube, to be honest, because it seemed more community-based back then, you know, whereas now it's just about money, which bothers me, but, you know, what am I going to do? Try to figure out something, you know. And do I like politics? Not really, no. I mean, I have some, I don't know, fairly strong opinions about how I think things ought to be, but I am so out of line with the rest of the world that, or the vast majority of the rest of the world, I should say. Yeah, it's frustrating. Okay, blast. I don't know, is that going to be Piper or something? I'll go back to that. What's this one going to be? Beatty, probably. All right, what's this going to be? I'm going to put in Piper and just see what it gets me, and then, hey, what do you know? It is Piper. This one, yeah, you know, I don't, you know, for the most part, I don't really mind the ads. The only time I really mind the ads is when I'm listening to ASMR or putting something on, you know, for, you know, to help kind of just keep me company while I'm going to sleep or whatever, right? Hey, Eric, hello. Yeah, but anyway, so, wow, almost done with grad school. That's groovy, man. So are you doing a master's or are you going for the full doctor? No, see, there's the thing. I cannot speak to a human at YouTube. There is no human has responded to me at YouTube, so they won't do anything. You I would happily just, if you don't want to let me have the old access to the old channel, then let me, monetize this one. But here's the thing, I tried monetizing this one differently, right? I was going to have my dad own it, be the owner of the channel, and then he would just pay me to run it, and they wouldn't let us monetize it. I think it's because the AI can recognize that I'm the one in the videos, you know what I mean? So it goes, okay, this guy already has a channel. But okay, fine, that's true, you're absolutely right. But then why won't you, figure out how to let me have access to it? I have no degree. That's not true. I have an associate's in general ed. That's it. And then I attempted to do a bachelor's in math, but I finished it just before I went to the Netherlands for the second time, and I had screwed up my application, but I was in the Netherlands when they sent me the thing back saying, that you screwed up your application, but I didn't get it because it went to my California address, and because I never gave them a forwarding address thing, and I had been living with a friend of mine, but he just held on to it because by that time I had indicated that I was going to not be staying in the Netherlands and I would be coming back, and so he just held on to it and said, it's just something for Bill, when he gets back I'll give it to him, kind of thing, and which is fine. But by then it was like it was going to be a whole weird bureaucratic thing to fix it and be able to get my degree, and I just went, And then ultimately I was thinking about going back and dealing with it, but then I started doing the computer programming thing and I was making enough money and whatnot. I just went, I don't care. And then, ever since then I haven't needed it, so Legislative affairs, wow. Yeah, it took forever and flew by. I know that feeling, man. That's interesting that it was an appropriate question for, Ariel to say something about politics, right? Oh, anyway, if I'm just going to be chatting with you guys, I should go back to this thing, shouldn't I? Could I get your own YouTube guy, or do you need 100,000 subs? I'm not sure I understand the question. Can I not get my own YouTube guy, or do I need 100,000 subs? I'm not understanding the question. Oh, do you mean like a YouTube support person? Oh no, see, here's the thing. I'm entitled to support. I'm absolutely 100% entitled to support. The thing is, I can only access it through the channel. Do you see, you know what I mean? There is no way of accessing them except for through the channel. At least not that I've been able to find, which I find kind of crappy, but it is what it is. Oh, the thing went off. What time is it? It's 10. Yeah, okay, I need to go take a break. I'll be back. Okay, I is back, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the white clock because we don't need that anymore. As a matter of fact, Dan, let's leave that like that. Yeah, and here's the thing. I think it does suck. It really does suck because AI isn't the thing that they're all making it out to be. You know what I mean? It's not. Whatever. It's just, man, I have the feeling that there's gonna become an AI bubble. And the AI bubble is going to just crap on everybody when it pops. And the thing about it is, I can't help but think, because you see these various things with these various billionaires with all their weird kind of sealed off community ideas and whatnot. It's clear that, like, okay, what they want is robots and AI, and they want to kill the rest of us. It's not going to be AI that's the end of us. It's going to be the people who are using AI. It's going to be the people in power, or economic power, political power, whatever. They're going to be using AI, and they're going to screw the rest of us. It's going to be humans, you know what I mean? It's down to that, the thing that the political right here in the U.S. likes to say a lot of times, you know, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And it's like, okay, yeah, but, you know, clearly we can't handle guns because nobody, you know, we kill too many people. But yeah, you know, it's people. You know, evil screwballs are going to kill the rest of us. Yeah, you know, both, you know, Ariel and Retro. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I use AI like if I'm searching for something. You know, like I use DuckDuckGo, and you know, I'll use their AI assistant to help me find stuff, and I find it very, very useful in that. My dad has he has a subscription to ChatGTP. I think it's that one. Um, and because he's well, he's an author, right? He's got this series of these noir type, you know, detective novels that he wrote, and he's wanting to kind of go back through them. I guess he wants to turn them into a screenplay and see if he could, you know, get some interest in it that way. And I don't know what'll happen. Good luck. I hope it does go good. But anyway, he has no experience and understanding of like how you're supposed to put things together so that you could, you know, have it be an actual functioning screenplay. And you know, anyway, so it's helping him figure stuff out, and that's useful. You know, if you're using it as a tool to help you do a thing, I think that's fine. But I just, if you're just doing a thing, like you see these people do these ads, right? Well, that's where the AI slop comes in, right? And I see these screwball. Actually, I'm just going to call them fucking assholes because you know, I just. It's like they're doing this thing where it's like, oh, all you have to do is come up with some prompts, and then the prompt will write you a script, and you get the script to a voiceover thing, and then you take that thing to a video thing that will make the images for you. And for like 5 minutes worth of work, you get to have videos, you know, this kind of thing. And it's like, you know, you know, and I think I had a friend that used to play around with AI images, and you know, letting it make stuff, and I think that's fine. I think a lot of the AI images are fine. It's just when it's not used with any intention or something where it just looks like garbage, you know. Am I homeless? No, I'm not homeless. I've been very close several times, but I'm assuming you're asking because I have a long beard. Anyway, shall I go back and play some more Nordle, or shall I just stay here and babble about crap? I don't know. You know, I'm going to see if I can get to at least 8 on Nordle. And here we go. I'm back over here. And, oh, I just disappeared myself because I covered too much of the board on this game. So that's clearly pause. That's going to be chili or child or chill, or I mean, I hate that one. I really do. What is that? Oh, that's going to be cacao. And I don't see what that one is. Condo, I think, is that one. Minesweeper. I'm going to play this one for right now. Let's see. More than 40 years. We moved into this house. Well, I think it's just before I was 10, or right around when I was 10. You don't get the game. You're in the same website. I'm not trying. Let's see. Is this child, chill, or chili? Oh, what am I doing? It's neither of those things. You douche, and I just killed the fucking thing here, didn't I? Larva. And so what's this one over here? Alright, so the L's clearly in the middle, so where's everything else at? Zilch. Anyway. Mature for my age? No, I don't think I was considered mature for my age, but I was tested as a kid and found to be a mentally gifted minor. So I was a precocious little turd. Oh, interesting. I wonder if it's because I'm using Brave on Linux. I don't know. Bloke? No, it can't be bloke. Globe. Let's try that. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think people should play games that they like. You know, if it doesn't vibe with you or whatever, then yeah, don't play them in. Grade, what? How many do I have here? I've got 5 left, guess-wise, and I've got 4 words to do. So let's be judicious at what we try. What's all this stuff over here? I have naval. No. All right, I'm gonna say it's grade. Nope. All right. Oh, grades, huh? I didn't even think about that. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not gonna finish this one, so didn't even make it to 8. That sucks. Laden. And what's that? L. Leave. All right. All right. Well, disappointing result, but nonetheless, that's. How much time have I got left? 7 minutes? Yeah, that's fine. I can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't use Chrome, so I'm not sure why that. Well, I mean, I guess I use Firefox sometimes, and I guess it's sort of similar because of the whole Mozilla thing. But if zombie apocalypse starts, hide behind my brother-in-law. He's a former Marine sniper, and he has guns, and he lives upstairs. Ich spreche nur ein bisschen Deutsch. I mean, that's about the best I can do. We're just not playing. That's funny. I'm sorry to laugh, but yeah, you know, I've been thinking about should I, because I did it on the old channel. I don't think I've done it on this channel yet, but I had been reading segments out of Goethe for, you know, Faust, and I mean, it's funny because really what I was doing is just reading it, right? My comprehension is next to nothing because it's been so many years since I, you know, studied any German or used my German, right? You know what I mean? And so, but I remembered most of the rules about pronunciation, so you know, I mean, I can kind of feebly, you know, go through. You know, but anyway, you know, I might pick that back up. I don't know. What do I want to do for the end here? Right, there's only like 5 minutes left. You know, I think I'm just gonna babble, and then in a minute or two, I'll start doing the lullaby thing. A lot of people seem to like the lullaby thing that I do. My own crappy version of Brahms' lullaby. I keep saying I'm gonna go find it and listen to it, and you know, try to, you know, actually do the appropriate, you know. But I don't know, maybe I shouldn't bother. Maybe I should just let it be my own crappy little version. Man, tonight went by quick, didn't it? Some Saturdays do that, you know? I mean, some of them are just, yeah, well, they're all fine and fun and whatever, but, you know, sometimes it's like, wow, what happened? Everything's gone. I mean, as far as time. What is that? Some kind of weird low thumping noise was, well, I should maybe call it more like a thud. I don't know, you think 4 minutes is too long for a lullaby? I don't know, give it a go, shall I? Do 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 la da 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 la da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da I just saw this. No, I have personally never owned any cats and dogs. Our family has, but me as an individual, no. Yeah, William is Bill, right. I would say maybe I spend most of my time at home, sure. Especially if you count sleeping. I haven't been to a movie theater in probably a few years, mostly because I find it difficult to get comfortable in theater seats because of my back. So I tend to just watch movies at home, you know, when they come available that way, because I can sit on my recliner and adjust my position and pause it and stop it and go get my ice pack if I need to, or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. But, yeah, you know, I'm going to go ahead and make the black clock invisible because we're not using it anymore, and we're just going to wind down and make this be the end of the show. Any last last minute stuff anybody wants to ask me before I end the stream and such. Yeah, I've watched Twin Peaks. I was back, when it was, a TV show. So that was ages ago, right? Man, that was like decades ago. The artist guy that I worked with in the Netherlands, actually, I started working with him in San Diego, and then he moved, and then I followed him for a while. But actually, my back is mostly in a state of more or less. I have, I take vitamin D, but I try to do exercises, what do they call it, the bird dog, and planks and stuff like that to help, keep my back reasonably strong or whatever. I'm trying to, get more into doing that, but as long as I do that kind of stuff and eat my pills, I'm kind of okay. I can pretend I have a normal life, as long as I don't lift anything too heavy. The only vitamin I take really is vitamin D. That was because my doctor said I needed to. Otherwise, I drink vegetable juice a lot. Try to eat greens and that kind of thing. Okay, I think I'm going to call that done. I'm going to go find something to stare at myself and wind down and go sleep. And let's see. Yeah, I do have some exercises and stretches that they gave me at physical therapy. Okay. Oh, I was going to look at what's, so for normal YouTube, this Monday's video is going to be Enigma. And of course, if you want, you can always go to the Patreon, right, and do the free version to see all of the Mind Test Mondays. Because remember, every Monday is a Mind Test Monday if you go to Patreon for the free bit. And if you want it early, then it costs you $1. But whatever. If you got a Patreon, you can check it out. Anyway, there's my plug for my Patreon. Okay, I'm going to call that done, gang. I hope to see you guys all next Saturday. And yeah, there you go. Aloha, siblings.